Fashion of the French Revolution, from aristocracy to simplicity. Welcome back to Threads and Tunes, where we weave together the stories of fashion and culture throughout history. Today, we're diving into a fascinating transformation that took place during the French Revolution, a time when the world of fashion shifted dramatically from the opulence of the aristocracy to a new era of simplicity and practicality. The French Revolution, which began in the late 18th century, was not just a political upheaval. It was also a cultural revolution that impacted every aspect of society, including fashion. Before this period, the elite flaunted their wealth through extravagant clothing, which was often adorned with rich fabrics, intricate embroidery, and lavish accessories. The aristocracy wore elaborate gowns and suits, complete with powdered wigs and ornate shoes, signaling their status and power. Fashion was a reflection of privilege, and the more extravagant the attire, the higher one's social standing. However, as revolutionary ideas began to take hold, the fashion landscape started to shift. The principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity inspired a rejection of the excesses of the past. The revolutionaries believed that clothing should not be a symbol of oppression or class disparity, but rather a means of expressing individuality and unity. This shift was reflected in the clothing choices of both men and women. The lavish garments of the aristocracy gave way to simpler styles that emphasized comfort and practicality. Women began to wear lighter fabrics such as muslin, which allowed for greater freedom of movement. The iconic chemise à la reine, a simple white dress, became a symbol of this new aesthetic. It was a stark contrast to the heavily structured gowns of the previous era, embodying both elegance and simplicity. Men's fashion also underwent a significant transformation. The elaborate coats and waistcoats of the aristocracy were replaced by simpler, more functional garments. The revolution saw the rise of the sans-culottes, a term that literally means without breeches. This was a working-class movement that rejected the knee breeches worn by the upper classes in favor of long trousers, symbolizing a break from aristocratic traditions. Accessories, too, reflected this shift. The extravagant hats and jewelry of the aristocrats were replaced by more practical and modest items. The tricolor cockade, a simple ribbon in the colors of the French flag, became a powerful symbol of revolutionary fervor and national pride. As the revolution progressed, fashion continued to evolve. The rise of the Directory in the late 1800s introduced a new style known as the directoire look. This style was still influenced by revolutionary ideals, but began to incorporate elements of neoclassicism, with flowing lines and a more refined silhouette. Women's dresses often featured high waistlines and classical draping, while men's clothing became more tailored and elegant. The impact of the French Revolution on fashion extended beyond France, influencing styles across Europe and even reaching the shores of America. The ideals of simplicity, practicality, and equality found their way into the wardrobes of people from various backgrounds, marking a significant shift in how clothing was perceived and worn. In conclusion, the fashion of the French Revolution is a powerful testament to how clothing can reflect societal change. From the opulent styles of the aristocracy to the simplicity embraced by revolutionaries, this era marked a significant turning point in fashion history. It reminds us that clothing is not just about aesthetics. It can also be a form of expression and a reflection of our values. Thank you for joining us today on Threads and Tunes. If you enjoyed this exploration of fashion history, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating content. We'd love to hear your thoughts on how fashion has changed over time, so feel free to share in the comments below. Until next time, keep weaving those threads of history into your wardrobe.